Hello, hello, our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. We are live today. Let me quickly get double check. We are now live streaming from our Zoom to YouTube channel. Let me double check, make sure that our YouTube channel it has this live streaming showing up. Okay, one moment. And by the way, do you like these flowers? I have a whole bunches of flowers from my friends sent for my birthday. I just celebrated on last Thursday, and since then every day has been like accompanying my friends and have some fun time together, and then have some like study and also meeting together. Oh, a lot of interesting things just happened since last Thursday. Quite intense day, very long day, but it's also very meaningful. And actually, I went to the hotel, New Jersey's in Hoboken, quite close to across the Hudson River. They can watch the Manhattan's night view. And I was living in the W, I think they call it W Hotel, W Hoboken. It's a great 4-star hotel, had a nice night view. And now I'm back home. And now I finally get a chance to enjoy my flowers and thank my friend. And today we're continuing. Remember yesterday and the day before yesterday, I read in that hotel, right, with a background with like art wall, with that Manhattan metal art wall, and also another things in the hotel, it's like a meeting area. And now today, finally back home, and we're continuing Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets. Russell is the founder of ClickFunnels. As he mentioned, the underground playbook for creating a mass movement of people who will pay for your advice. So this is exactly what I've been doing, empowering our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers like you, our coaches and our visionary entrepreneurs to stand out in your ideal niche to impact more life, and how you can use what you already know, your gifts, your talents, to create your service-based business to impact more lives, right? To create your mass movement. And here, and we just finished the secret 2 part. That's a very super important one. The secret 2, the whole session is about creating beliefs. Remember, we talked about epiphany story. We talked about domino. And the first is the domino and the big domino, and then the epiphany bridge, and then their journey, the hero's 2 journeys, and then he combined that together to be like an epiphany bridge script. Remember, there were 8 questions. If we answer every question of it, you get the whole journey, your story is out. And that story is really bringing the new opportunities to help people, help them to overcome their false beliefs, and help them to, through that journey, to get into that new opportunity and their aha moment. And then finally, the 3 secrets. Yesterday, we summarized the 3 secrets, right? To both I remember the first one is about the vehicle, the false belief about a vehicle. The second is about the inner false belief. And then the third one is the external false belief. If you had those answers to each one of them, you get to that those 3 secrets answered, right? So I remember yesterday I wrote down, like, the first part is how help people to understand, because they have the doubt about the vehicle. So how you could help people to understand the modeling success. Second part, everybody had their inner doubt and maybe, oh, this is good, but I'm not good enough, right? Let them to know how you just need to simply come along, and it's super easy. And the third part is, oh, even though I could take your vehicle, but maybe I could not get the traffic, could not get clients, right? How you help them to understand, for example, in my angle, ClickFunnels, they use funnel hacking, like traffic hacking. I use content freedom challenge to really get to attract your ideal audience and the clients. So that's for section 2. Now, today we're getting into section 3 about your moral obligations. Let's continue, okay? Section 1, okay, he also, now Russell also had some like brief introduction, like a summary. He said section 1 was all about creating your own mass movement. Remember, we talked about this charismatic leadership. And then in section 2, you learned more about how to build up your followers' belief so you can introduce them to new opportunities that will change their lives. So basically, the first one session is about the mass movement. The next one, the session 2 is about belief. Now, what's session 3? Session 3 is about, so in this session, section, we'll shift gears and talk about the sales. It's about your application, but it's also about the sales. One of my mentors, J. Abraham, said that if you believe in the product or service you're selling, then you have a moral obligation to try and serve your customers in every way possible. Often we make the mistake of thinking that because our content is so good, people will automatically follow us and pay for that information. Unfortunately, that just isn't right, isn't true. Remember, last section, we talked about all these kind of false beliefs, objections, and obstacles, right? Struggles. One great example of this is Inner Circle member Justin Williams. His company flips more than 100 houses per year, netting over $1 million. And the best part is he does it all in under 5 hours per week. 5 hours per week. That means just 1 hour a week. So Justin decided to take his expertise, create a course, and sell it. His story and the proof he had was amazing. Yet even though he tried selling it for over a year, almost no one bought the course. He was shocked because this had changed his life, and he knew it would for other people too. He couldn't figure out why no one would buy it. Then he and his wife, Tara, decided to join my inner circle to learn how to sell the program. And mastering the strategies in this section, they took this little coaching company they had almost shut down to over $1 million within just 8 months. See, mastering the strategies in this section. So this section about sales is super important. The term sales sometimes has a negative connection, but when you layer sales on top of the strategies I've already shown you, this process becomes simple. I'm going to show you how to take the new opportunity and stories you created. That's what we did in section 2, right? The new opportunity and the stories you created and weave them into a presentation that will convert your listeners into customers. The presentation to convert listeners into customers. The script you will learn over the next six secrets took me over 10 years to create and master. It's now being used by hundreds of entrepreneurs just like you to sell large groups of people, products, and services in the shortest amount of time possible. I still remember the first time I saw somebody sell a product on stage. They did a 90-minute presentation teaching about a concept, and then at the end, they made the crowd a special offer. I watched in amazement as hundreds of people ran to the back of the room and gave this person thousands of dollars. It was so exciting that as I was counting how many people signed up and multiplying it by his program fee, I realized that he had made over $100,000 in just 90 minutes. That's normally people's whole year income, right? I knew at that moment that I had to master that skill. So at my very first speaking engagement, I prepared a presentation that I knew was going to be amazing and would cause people to run to the back and sign up for my new program, just like I had seen others do before me. I finally got on stage, nervously gave my presentation, and made a special offer at the end. But what happened next was shocking to me. Crickets. Nobody moved. No one bought anything. It was so humiliating. I spent the rest of the weekend in my hotel room, hiding and eating Haagen-Dazs and coconut shrimp and watching movies because I couldn't face the other speakers or attendees. It was a total bomb. You can imagine how embarrassed that is, right? I was so embarrassed. I swore I did never speak or sell from the stage again. I was going to sit behind my computer and just sell things online. But I discovered that the skills I need to sell online were the same skills I was lacking when I spoke from the stage. Similarly, it doesn't matter if it's online or virtual, right? It's all like sales skills. So I decided to humble myself and learn. I didn't want to learn from people who were good speakers, but rather from people who could actually sell from their respective platforms, such as stage, teleseminars, webinars, there is a huge difference between the two. See? Not just the one, like people who are good at speaking and good at selling, who could actually sell from their respective platforms from the stage, right? That's totally different. Speaking and selling, it's like two things. Some people could be very good at speaking, but are not good at selling. What I discovered from the best people in the business was that teaching the best content actually hurt sales. Teaching the best content actually hurt sales. But learning how to identify, break, and rebuild false belief patterns got people to take the action they needed in order to change. Learning how to identify, break, and rebuild false belief patterns got people to take the action they needed in order to change. That's not very easy for so many people, right? Learn how to identify, break, and rebuild false belief patterns got people to take action they needed in order to change. And learn how to tell stories. That's very important. And learn how to structure offers and so often and so much more. Then for 3 years, I stood on stages all around the world in front of thousands of people and tested the presentations over and over and over again. I watched, you see, you need to test, practice, and watch closely to see which topics in what order would make people run to the back of the room with their credit cards in hand. I also paid attention to what slowed my sales. So which topics in what order would make people run, right, to pay. Or what slowed their sales. Okay, then one day I decided I was tired of traveling and leaving my family behind. So I quit speaking from the stage. You do not necessarily need to speak from the stage, right? Despite, of course, like it's like that sounds amazing to be like impactful, but keep leaving your family, that's not easy. Okay, despite the fact that I could bring in $250,000 or more from a single 90-minute presentation. Instead, I transferred those selling skills to the online environment. I tested my script on 10 seminars and then webinars. So he used the 10 seminars and webinars. What's the difference? Very interesting, right? 10 seminar is just like, as I understand, is like summit, right? 10 seminar. You could have some other speakers as well. A webinar, basically you as an expert, you can host your own webinar. I use it for video sales letters, Facebook live presentations, and more. Video sales letters. Yeah, your video sales letters. The sales letter needs a video. Also, Facebook live presentation, you need a presentation. Okay. Each time I presented using the script, I do watch the response and make tweaks. This is super important. Watch the response and make tweaks. I did it over and over again for years. A few years ago, I started teaching the script and process to my inner circle members. That's like teaching this script and process. This is great, right? Like our masters, they always practice by themselves and then they teach others with their best practice. They implemented the script in all sorts of different markets. Dozens of them have now become millionaires using this exact same script. It works, it's perfect, it's worth measuring or mastering if you really want to get your marriage to your market or message to your market. Okay, it's worth mastering if you really want to get your message to your market. That's really, like if you really want to do the business, and if you really want to bring the message to it, if you really want to like make an impact, if you really want to make sales, right, impact other people's lives as well, you really need to get your message to the market. So you need to do this either like a 10 seminar or webinar, bring your message, and at the same time watch the response and tweaks. Okay. So started teaching the script and the process to inner circle. Wow. So let's say today is 20, right? Today is already 20. And actually, this is a starting point about sharing the section 3, your moral obligation. So he's first to talk about how he started his using this new opportunity and stories to make a presentation, and make it either a tennis seminar or webinar, and then watch the response and have new tricks. This is try which one is working, right? Try which message is working. The script and the process to inner circle members, and it worked. It's very interesting, right? Remember, beginning it did not work. So what changed? What changed? He found a discovery that because the sales, right? Not just speaking good is good. You need to have a sales. You need to be good at actual selling and tell the stories. And also, let's see which part is really okay. To identify, break, and build false beliefs. Identify, break, and rebuild false belief patterns that people take action. Okay, and structure offers and much more. See the scripts would make people run to the back with soon or with the room with their credit card. Okay, and what's the key? Watch response and make tweaks. Okay, both scripts and process. In scripts and process. I also did that to his inner circle. Okay, words mastering. So this is all about like sales, how to do sell, how to actually sell from your respective platforms instead of just like go live. Okay, you could have different seminars, either like speak on stage, tennis seminars or webinars to provide your teaching point to help people transfer. Okay, let's see what else. Moral obligation. This is all about sales. Actually, many people connect the sales to negative things. Actually, without sales, there's no service, right? Without sales, there's no service. So sales is a fundamental steps and actually contributing to build up the bridge between customers and the solution and the service providers. Okay, so that's for today. Very brief about the introduction of the section 3, your moral obligation. And tomorrow we will start on secret number 11, the stack inside. Let me see how much is that. Hopefully tomorrow we can finish those secrets. Okay, that's it for today. YouTube channel. I drove today around almost like 3 hours round trip from New Jersey back to New York, and a little bit tired, but it's a great time because after I get home I need to clean up a little bit and now finally relax and enjoy some part of book and definitely to review it. And I will make sure that you will follow us on a YouTube channel and to get a whole journey about abundance reading. And we'll also get onto our Instagram soon with the highlights, just a few minutes, but it's great reminder for you. Okay, so make sure that you will follow us on both YouTube channel and also Instagram. So we will share this great abundance journey together and learn all this wonderful from principles, right? The essence principles, and now the strategies. But now we're on the strategies about sales. Super exciting, right? That's how eventually you turn into like a really get people's attention. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful weekend. Okay, take good care. Bye-bye.